G'day guys, welcome back to Season 25 of Alliance War. We're getting very near the end of the season now. This is war number 11. We're up against Rogue King 31, which is an alliance we have been against before and we have beaten in the past. So we're looking forward to this. This is actually the first ever Bulwark war. All the others have been Protect for us, so this was an interesting war, since it's a bit of a different war, since, there's no Protect, so a Bulwark will be a factor in a few of the fights we are going to take in today. Not this first one though, since Magik isn't a metal defender, but Omega Red is an amazing Magik counter, since his mediums and heavy attacks won't take any damage back from Limbo if we use it to push her over a bar of power. You see, we used a medium there to push her over her second bar of power and we didn't take any Limbo damage, so yeah. Omega Red's still a top tier Magik counter. Now next we have a M.O.D.O.K. Now this was a really interesting fight, since M.O.D.O.K is metal, so he does benefit from Bulwark. And well, Omega's fine for Bulwark since he's not going to be triggering the hit cap, the 3% that often. And also he can apply a damage over time debuff very easily. Now, I was debating whether to throw a special attack at all in this fight, but I was really trying to just get him down as quickly as possible. You see, we did actually trigger the Bulwark there, and it actually threw me off, which is why I wasn't prepared for that special one. And we didn't have Sabretooth on the team, so it was a bit tough building up the spores initially, which is why we're only at 12. And you see, we are taking a lot of block damage. But fortunately for us, this is our last Omega Red fight for the war, so we don't... as long as we solo, and we did solo. But in the future, if we ever see a M.O.D.O.K there with Bulwark, I'll probably use someone else. Or I'll make sure to bring Sabretooth synergy. So those were our two Section 1 fights. We didn't take a Mixmaster fight this war. I think they took it before I woke up. But we'd done quite a lot of fights at this point. And we had given up 7 deaths, which wasn't ideal. But we did improve in Section 2, I think. And after this section, they also gave up quite a few deaths, if I'm remembering correctly. So we're going to take 3 fights in Section 2. They're actually going to be our last fights for the war. We actually don't take any Section 3 fights, which is the first time ever since joining NXTP1 in season that I haven't taken a Section 3 fight. Maybe? I can't remember. So we got a Dr. Octopus here on Shitner's Thorns, and we are triggering Bulwark from Warlock's medium attacks when they do crit. But Warlock is an amazing Bulwark counter, since if you throw the heavy attack, that just removes the indestructible straight away, since it applies the bleed debuff. And then that puts the indestructible on cooldown, which is great. But unfortunately, throwing the heavy attack you have to throw a second heavy attack if you trigger Bulwark on your first heavy attack. But that was a very, very simple Dr. Octopus fight. And then we have a Colossus, who we normally see on the previous node. But this time he's on Explosive Personality and Heavy-Handed, which is fine. We're going to get through this fight fine as long as we don't hit into block. So it will be a bit of a longer fight, since Colossus is pretty tanky. And he's completely armor break immune thanks to Bulwark. So even against tech champs he can't be armor broken. Which is fine. It just makes it a bit of a longer fight. Since we won't be throwing the special 2, we'll just be throwing the special 3 to recover at any lost health we may have. But this is the last fight we'll be using Warlock for anyway. But it was still good to just, in practice, just to maintain the high health. So yeah, a minute into the fight, he's about halfway down, which is what I expected. But this special 3 will actually do quite a bit of damage since the special 3 does bypass Bulwark. But on our basic hits, there's a 3% damage cap. Basically, I just backed off there a bit after the special 3 to let the degen do the work. I didn't want to trigger Bulwark and have that all go away. Obviously, with Colossus, he's bleed immune, so we can't, unlike Dr. Octopus, we can't just throw a heavy attack to remove Bulwark. We have to just wait it out. And I think I got a notification right at the end of that fight that we just skipped over, but yeah, he goes down in like 80 hits in a couple of minutes. Now next we have a fight that we have taken before, and this was much easier this time because Hyperion is a protect. I believe he's a protect defender, but he's not a Bulwark defender, so we don't have to worry about protect at all in this fight. The aim is just to parry a bunch with Cap, build up those petrifiers to negate how much power he's getting, and also almost completely bypass buffet, which shows just how strong petrifiers can be in the right fight. Now you see we did take quite a bit of damage at the start since we are boosted and we are running suicides, but this is our last fight for the war, so a bit of extra damage from suicides isn't the end of the world. You know, we're still at a comfortable 75% health, which is fine. And he's running max limber, so we can't do like medium heavy combos, which are just regular heavies. Just normal parry heavy for the whole fight. And we are purposely triggering buffet when we have at least 3 petrifiers, just to put that on cooldown. And I think with 3 petrifiers it does reverse healing a tiny bit, or it completely negates it. I don't think it reverses it at all. But with 2 petrifiers he does actually heal a bit, where that happened earlier in the fight, but it's not a big deal, it just makes the fight a bit longer. So that last heavy was really nice, got a nice crit there. And so we've done all our fights, and they pretty much caught up on our deaths, having done about half the number of fights. So we're in a pretty strong position now. We just had to let these other guys do the work, really, this time. I got to take a back seat this time, which was nice. And we did end up winning the war, which was a relief, since we've lost our last 4 wars, so it was nice to get back on the winners list. And I think this win did secure our place in Platinum 1 for good. Like, I was pretty sure we were going to finish it anyway, but this just completely solidates it. But yeah, it was a nice win overall. And shout out to Zero and some guy from my battle group who were MVPs this war. They're an amazing combo, those two. And yeah, so we're 10th in Platinum 1 with 1 more left, so yeah, we won't be finishing Masters, of course, and I don't think we'll be finishing Tier 1, but we definitely will be Plat 1, so looking forward to that. Anyway, I'll see you in the next war. See you guys.